Well, greetings, everyone. Greetings. Hope that everyone can hear me. I hope the volume is fine, but I'm so excited. And I know that I haven't gone live in a long time. So tonight, or over the course of these 2 days during this webinar series that I'll be doing, I will be discussing the importance of immune health. And I just thank you right now for spending this time with me this evening during this live. So we're going to get started. Now, as I mentioned before, we are going to be, over the course of 2 days, going over various topics that deal with immune health and ways we could boost the immune system. We are going into a new season as summer is coming to a close, even though it may not feel like it in most places around the country. But definitely, we need to know certain things to do to help to boost our immune system. Also, to help fight off different viruses, and also, too, with this, to help with and assist with seasonal allergies as we are going into the fall. You know, this is a topic that I have spoken about in depth in the last few years. So, for those of you who are just joining, my name is Keisha Christian. I am your holistic health and wellness educator. I'm also the lead instructor for Dropping Gemz Academy. And this academy is so important to me because for me, this is a way for me to take all the knowledge that I have put together over through the years and put it together in a way that I can then show you, demonstrate, and teach you certain things to help you to live a more holistic lifestyle. This is my passion, and it actually comes out of different personal and also, I would say, health struggles that I've had over the years. So as we are all on this journey, I just want to make life easier for many of us who may not know where to go, what to do. We're here to live healthier, but what are some things we need to do besides just eating healthy? And I think it's important that be the focus, right? What are some things we need to do holistically? Because living holistically is more than what's at the end of your fork or the amount of exercise you get. You have to look at yourself as a whole being, right? So when we look at the word holistic, you're looking at your whole. You know, what is your social life like? What's going on with you emotionally? What is your spiritual practice like? What's your prayer time like? Those things too as well. All that is encompassed in living holistically. So I'm going to get started with the topic for tonight. Today we are going to be looking at herbal remedies as well as environmental factors that we could look at for living a more holistic lifestyle. Okay, so let's get started. Also, I want you to remember to download the free ebook, but I'll be getting more into that as we go on today in this webinar. All right, so the first thing that I talked about was environmental solutions. So one of the things we want to look at when looking at what we can do holistically to live a healthier lifestyle, also to boost the immune system, is looking at ways we can look at helping to improve our environment. Some of us may not be able to afford to move or cannot move. So there are things we can do in our environment to have our space to be more holistic. When going back to what I was saying earlier by talking about living a holistic lifestyle, one of the things that comes along with living a holistic lifestyle is your environment, your surroundings. So when we are looking at the environment, one of the things that you want to really think about, as I would like to talk about in this, one thing you want to look at as I talk about it in the book, 21 Holistic Secrets for Immune Health. When spring comes, or even in the fall, right, it's easy for people to want to feel a gentle breeze, right? So one of the first things I talk about is blocking the breeze. So after staying indoors all winter, right? And or even in the summer, when it starts to get cooler, we may want to open up our windows for those who have surround air conditioning, right? Central air. And we might want to get a breath of fresh air. One of the things that comes along with that for allergy sufferers is chronic allergies, right? So when the fall comes, by opening up the windows, you are bringing more pollen into the house, possibly, and this would affect someone who is dealing with seasonal allergies. So one thing you can do is to try to keep your windows and doors closed if possible. I know that we want to open it up, so we want to get some breeze, right? But that could actually help with the quality in your home. And you might even want to take further steps by also having a HEPA filter, right? That is insulated on your HVAC system, and or panel filter on your furnace. So by doing this, you are blocking any type of pollen or anything that you might be allergic to from getting into the home. Another thing you can do, right, as far as with allergies coming up in the fall season, also will help, is to shower often if you can. Most wouldn't make this connection, like hygiene, this type of connection with allergy symptoms, but there is a link that's definitely there. So you want to make sure that if you're spending a lot of time outdoors, also say, like, you may want, if you go for a jog or if you're just outside for a walk and you have this issue, especially if you're an allergy sufferer, you want to make sure that you don't track this pollen back inside the house, right? And or irritants. So one of the things you could do, remove your clothes, shoes, right? Because pollen also could get into your hair. So that's one of the things with me. I wrap up my hair a lot of times, especially in the spring and in the coming into the fall, because I don't want to get that pollen in my head. So a lot of times I have my hair wrapped up. Being that I do deal with allergies, seasonal allergies. So these are things that I take in place for my own self, right? So these microscopic particles tend to get into our clothes, our hair, and all of that. So it's important that if you could shower as often as possible. And even if you're an allergy sufferer, if you have long hair or whatever, if you can, make sure that you wash your hair a little bit more regularly, depending on what type of hair you have. That could be something that you could take into account, or something that you could do. So when you do this, and you don't cleanse yourself as much as you should, as far as showering often or trying to cover your hair, or even taking off your shoes when you come in the house, these things, what happens is you trap pollen around the house, right? So getting in the habit of making sure that you don't walk around in your house with your shoes on, especially if you came from outside, because you might trap pollen in your house, and that could actually transfer into your furniture. It could cycle throughout your hair and actually cause you some sort of torment in your house, for those of you who have bad allergies. So that's something for you to think about and to take into consideration. Okay? So that's part of the environmental solutions. Blocking the breeze, right? And also showering often. Another thing you can do to help with your boosting your immune system, as well as those who are dealing with seasonal and year-long allergies. Another thing you could do is to do some green cleaning, right? So when you do green cleaning, right, basically what that is you're using products that do not have harmful chemicals in it that could affect you or you might be allergic to. I know me personally, I make my own cleaning products, and at Dropping Gems Academy I actually have a recipe and show you how you could also make your own cleaning products within one of the courses at the school, within one of the modules in the course I have at the school. So that's something, if you're interested in, definitely I'm here. I could teach you how to do certain things like making your own cleaning products. I make my own furniture polish, right? I make my own glass cleaner. These are things I make that are green. And not only that, I also have the recipe to do these things in my books as well. Healthy Gems and Holistic Gems. So when you are trying to stay clean as well, you want to make sure that you want to avoid all indoor irritants. So you want to get rid of all the harsh chemical cleaners that you may have in your closets, cabinets, and opt for all natural cleaners, right? So for instance, you might want to use vinegar and baking soda. And as I mentioned again, I have a recipe in my book on your own natural cleaners. And if you want me to show you how to make it, this is something that I could definitely teach you and show you in the course we have at Dropping Gems Academy. All right. So using vinegar and baking soda, that combination is great for cleaning sinks. It's also good for cleaning stoves, tiles, and tubs, right? You could add some lemon juice or essential oil. I use essential oil personally in my cleaners that I make. And you also want to make sure when you're doing this, the lemon juice and the essential oils for fragrance. So it actually smells wonderful. Like after I'm done cleaning, you come in, the house smells like lemon. Sometimes I use wild orange, so it has a really nice uplifting scent, right? You could also use this to your HEPA filters, to your vacuum to trap in the allergens as well. And I'm talking about the essential oils when I refer to that. And these are extremely, for severe allergy, you should also ask for help when cleaning up the house. So if you are dealing with extreme allergies, it's something you want to ask for help to do to clean the house if it's too much for you, or if you live in an area where your house tends to get really dusty and it's difficult for you to clean. But this is just something for you to really think about when it comes to green cleaning. You want to use products that do not have harsh chemicals in it. And this is also good too for your immune system. All right. Another thing, wearing a mask. Now, a lot of us are kind of used to wearing masks. We have gone through the pandemic, and wearing a mask has become the norm for many people. But wearing a mask, right, is also essential too if you're dealing with seasonal allergies. Also, it can help too with the immune system as well, because with this, one of the things they noticed during the pandemic, those who were dealing with allergies, they tend to, their allergy symptoms weren't as bad for those who were wearing a mask. And it's also too going out now, because they're also talking about a new strain of COVID coming out. Wearing a mask could be helpful too, in that sense, for your immune system as well, because it will block certain things from or filter out certain things from coming to you by wearing a mask. So when you are wearing a mask, as you know, N95 mask is a better mask to wear. You want to make sure that you're wearing a mask that is flush to your face, right? And then just with the N95 mask, it's the layers. You get more layers of protection than with the blue mask that you would see, the typical blue mask that they give when you go to certain establishments. So hiding in your house is not the solution. You want to make sure, as I said, that you're wearing an N95 respirator mask and some kind of some of these actually, you could buy online. They are definitely available in a lot of local drugstores and medical supply facilities, right? So with these masks, it actually blocks out about 95% of potential allergens and irritants that can be related to allergy symptoms. And as I mentioned before, by blocking out certain things too, viral could help with that. Things that are airborne, blocking out some of that. It's not 100%, but it definitely can help too when dealing with your immune health. The next thing, we're still on the topic, for those of you who have just joined, we're still on the topic of environmental measures that you could take when dealing with seasonal allergies and also with your immune system, dealing with boosting the immune system. So the next thing we're going to talk about is staying away from smoke if possible. So when you have symptoms as far as with dealing with your seasonal allergies, like a runny nose, watery eyes, itchy throat, all of that is in full effect. You know how that goes. You know how you feel. The last thing you want to do is to further irritate these symptoms. So you want to opt for smoke-free environments. And those of us who live in New York, most indoor establishments are smoke-free. So you want to make sure that you're staying in a smoke-free environment. So places like restaurants, nightclubs, hotels, wherever possible, right? This also includes staying away from places where people once smoked. So if somebody smoked in that area, you want to make sure that you are not in that area. Because I know me, even if I'm in an area, or sometimes when I'm around someone who just smoked, that could actually affect me as well. So I try to stay away from areas where people smoked, if possible, and staying away from any type of smoke, if possible. All right, so remember, this effects can be recycled through air filters and furniture. So this could get into your clothes, the furniture. So you want to make sure that you're out of those areas and try to avoid them, because this can really trigger allergy symptoms. Also, too, it's not good to be breathing in certain irritants, because it could affect your immune system as well. So you want to keep your immune system as strong as possible, because in this sense, it will help to make you healthier. So now we're going to be going into herbal remedies. All right. So when we're dealing with seasonal allergies as well as your immune system, one of the things that's a very popular herb that some people like to use is a butterbur. It's butterbur therapy, right? So this herb in particular is the most well-researched extract used in allergy treatments, right? So it is suggested that butterbur is also known as ZP339, and it can produce results that are good for or act as an antihistamine prescription. So according to the National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health, this plant extract is sourced from a shrub native to Asia and Europe and some regions in North America. People usually look to butterbur to help treat migraines as well as hay fever, right? So in 2007 review consisted of 16 randomized controlled trials. Butterbur was reported to be the most effective herbal treatment for seasonal allergies. So something to look at, butterbur treatment. So if it's something you're dealing with, I know with antihistamines, stuffy nose, runny eyes, this is a natural way to assist with seasonal allergies. Now, the next thing we're looking at, mint. So whether you're treating yourself to some essential oil or brewing tea, mint is known to relax the airways. Now, one of the things I personally like to make is a mint water, right? And I've actually shown that how to make mint water, and it's quite refreshing. And actually, in the course that I have at Dropping Gems Academy, one of the modules I have is all about water, right? So there are water recipes in there, and mint water is one of the recipes that is in that particular module. So we're looking at how mint can be used. So using mint is great for helping to open up your airways, to help you breathe easier. It's also very uplifting as well. I grow mint, and mint is very easy to grow if you have a garden. Actually, it's an invasive species. It's an invasive plant, but it actually is great for just clearing up and sometimes bringing up mucus as well. So it's also great for the immune system in that way, and also for those who are dealing with allergies to help open up your airways. All right. So mint can also be used with lavender, rose, eucalyptus, or peppermint essential oils to help clear your nasal passageway. So you can use other essential oils as well. But when you are using essential oils, be sure to make sure that you are going to or consulting a certified aromatherapist before you start to mix and put things together, and or to take anything internally. So definitely, I just want to put that out there. Now, the next thing we're looking at, this is one of my favorite herbs, I must say, elderflower, and also goldenrod. And you actually see, if you live in New York, goldenrod is an herb that you're going to see. It comes out in the fall, so you tend to see it at the side of highways. You'll see like these yellow flowers sometimes, depending on what highway you're on. They're just growing wild at the side of the highway. Yes, that herb actually is great for immune health as well as allergies. So we're going to start with elderflower first. Like I said, it's one of my favorite herbs. So when we're looking at elderflower becomes elderberry, right? So both are they're very good for the immune system, elderflower and elderberry. Now, I know during the pandemic, elderberry was kind of difficult to get in some places. So many people were buying it. But with the elderflower was easier to get. So elderflower tea, if you make it as a tea, you could also use elderberry and make that as a tea too. Both of them are very good for the immune system. They actually prepare your body for the allergy season, right? And not only that, in itself, just drinking it too is good for boosting and strengthening your immune system. Now, according to the Herbal Academy of New England, goldenrod is an anti-catholical herb known to rid the body of excess mucus. So goldenrod is good for that. Elderflower, good for helping to boost the immune system, also preparing the body for allergy season. And then goldenrod is good for removing excess mucus, right? It is also high concentrates of anti-inflammatory agents such as quercetin. When combined, its natural astringent properties, these herbs can be effective allergy treatments. So these herbs are great for one, like I said, boosting the immune system, two, also getting rid of the excess phlegm, mucus in the body, okay? And we're going to stop here. So tomorrow we're going to be going over dietary remedies and also what you could do physically to help with boosting the immune system, and also things you could do too to help with seasonal allergies as we are going into the fall season. I thank you so much for listening and being here with me tonight. Once again, if you're just tuning in, my name is Keisha Christian, and I am the lead instructor of Dropping Gems Academy. If you are interested in learning more about seasonal, year-long allergies and also secrets to boosting your immune system, you could definitely register. And I'm going to put the link at the bottom. The link is also in the description. But here, right at the bottom, you're going to register at droppinggems.com. That's dropping gems with a Z, droppinggems.com. You could register there, right? And don't forget to download your free ebook that I am offering you tonight. All right, so be sure to check in tomorrow for part 2 of this webinar. I must say it's been a pleasure being on here with you tonight and sharing the knowledge that I have with you. Peace, blessings, much abundance to you. This is Keisha Christian, lead instructor of Dropping Gems Academy, also your holistic health and wellness educator. Peace, blessings, much abundance to you.